All right, today we are going to be building up Aventurine Wayfarer with the optimal relics and ornaments sets. So what exactly does Aventurine do? Well, guess what? He is a elation style character, and the biggest thing when it comes to Aventurine, the main key stat that we want to focus on is going to be the speed, because of the traits right here. When speed is 140 or higher, increases this unit's elation by 30%. For every one speed exceeded, additionally increases this unit's elation by 1%, up to a max of 200 excess speed that can be taken into account for this effect. So while Robin is a character that you want speed on, you also want HP on and not attack. Aventurine is like the stereotypical DPS character, very much akin to someone like Silverwolf level 9s. You want speed, crit damage, crit rate on the character. Most of his damage comes from elation. Big surprise, he's an elation DPS character. So what are the optimal DPS relic sets and ornament sets that you want to be using? Well, the first set that comes to mind is going to be the ever glorious magical gift. 2-piece, 16% crit damage bonus. Amazing. 4-piece, the elation damage dealt by the wearer and their memo sprite ignores 10% of the target's defense. Obviously, Aventurine does not have a memo sprite, but being able to ignore 10% of the target's defense, very, very good. For every 5 accumulated punchline allies gain, that's very key, important stat is allies. That includes Aventurine himself. If you want to run him on a follow-up attack team, he still counts towards gaining punchline. The elation damage dealt additionally ignores 1% of the target's defense, stacking up to 10 times. So this set inherently provides a 20% damage ignore enemies defense. And the elation is absolutely incredible when it comes to Aventurine himself. The frequency, the consistency of him using his basic elation skill and then the enhanced elation skill allows him to do lots of damage. And why is that important that I bring up the fact that whenever he's not on an elation team, you might be thinking, well, he's an elation DPS character. And for those of you who know, you know. For those of you who don't, I'm going to explain that. Right down over here. Where was it? Oh, boo. Oh, it was a little awkward. Anyways, right here. At the start of the battle, if Aventurine Wayfarer is the only elation character on the team, when he deals damage using his elation skill, it is considered as launching a follow-up attack. After a teammate uses an attack, Aventurine Wayfarer gains 2 points of certified banger and 1 punchline and increases Aha's speed by 25. You can see right there, 1 punchline. If he is on a follow-up attack team, that counts as a attack after a teammate uses an attack. Very key fact that we have to keep in mind. And that's very important because, as I said, it allows for more overall damage to be dealt. So we can surmise that the best set for Aventurine is going to be the ever glorious magical girl. So get working on this relic set. If you have a Silverwolf level 9s, probably can use whatever set you have on her on him. Ideally, right, this would have crit rate as well. Anyways, what are the key stats we want to focus on? Well, he's a speed character, so the boots, guess what? You want speed as the main stat, and again, you want crit rate, crit damage on the substats. The body piece is interesting because of the fact that, to be completely honest, crit rate on here is actually probably better. In this set right here, you might be thinking it's really good, right? We have a lot of rolls in crit damage. The downside, though, is that we have a roll in the effect resistance that ideally that would be into speed, allowing for a faster Aventurine because you want to hit that break point of 200 speed or as close to it as you can. And we'll eventually talk about light cone options as well, but that plays a key factor into it as well. The hands, obviously, it's going to be attack. This set I would probably use on Aventurine as well. We got the crit rate, we got the crit damage, we also have the speed. Very, very good set right here. And then we've already talked about the head piece. You would want crit rate, crit damage, and speed. As much speed as possible is the main thing because that allows for him to do a lot of damage. It's counted as elation damage. And at 4 pieces, as you can see down here, you would have a max of 20% of ignoring the enemy's defense with your elation damage. And on top of his speed, right, making him fast, increases his overall elation damage. So very, very pivotal. Now, when it comes to the ornament sets, the sphere and the link rope, what do you want to have? You would want quantum damage bonus. I believe is going to be the best main stat. All of his damage is going to be quantum. It is counted as elation damage, but it's still quantum damage. So that would be very, very good. You can also do attack percent. I don't think that is going to be very beneficial, honestly. But yeah, so going quantum, if you want to go attack percent, I think those are the two main things you want to focus on. Again, speed, crit rate, crit damage. But the actual sets themselves, what are you going to want to be using? Well, guess what? It's still going to be the Punk Lord Stage 0. Why? Increases the wearer's elation by 8%. When the elation reaches 40% or 80% for the first time in combat, increases the wearer's crit damage by 20% or 32%. Because of the speed factor when it comes to Aventurine, most likely you are always going to be hitting that additional 32% crit damage. And that's why I said with the body piece, it's important to get the crit rate. Increasing the crit rate as high as possible is very pivotal because of what the ornament set is going to be doing 32%, and then the relic set you get the 16%. So ideally you're looking at a 48% crit damage increase, and he also provides a crit damage increase in his base kit for everybody, including himself, on the team of I believe 48% crit damage increase for everybody, or no, for himself. So what, that's 48 plus 48, so you're looking at a 96% crit damage increase. That's stupid, to be completely honest. So again, if you can focus on getting that crit body piece, getting speed, maybe getting some more crit damage, it's going to be very, very good. The energy rope, I have HP right here. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because of the fact Silverwolf doesn't really care about the energy. I think when it comes to Aventurine himself, looking at all the other effects and everything, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe attack. Let's go ahead and look at what his ultimate does so we have better understanding as to how we want to be using this. You gain punchline, you gain 8 points of fever, increases this unit speed by 30%. Ooh, maybe energy is actually going to be the most optimal way to play. Going down the energy, allowing him to have more frequency of the ultimate being done, increasing his overall speed as well. So energy regeneration rope is probably going to be the best main stat. Again, you want crit rate, crit damage, speed. It's very, very mute point saying that, I get it, but that is just how you are ideally want to be building him. So going back over everything, right, so we have a better understanding, and so you can start farming right now. The ever glorious magical girl set is what you want. You want speed, crit rate, crit damage. Body piece, you want crit rate. Boots, you want speed. Moving over to the ornaments and the rope. So orb, quantum damage bonus. I just think that's probably just going to be the best way to go. And for the rope, I think ideally you want the energy regeneration rate in order to allow more frequency of the ultimate, getting his speed increased even higher, allows for more damage dealt. And then you're constantly going to be at this 32% in conjunction with the ever glorious set, in conjunction with his own base kit. You are ideally always going to be having that 96% crit damage bonus effective at all times. So that's why having the crit rate for the chest piece as the main stat is going to be the best way to go. That's going to be all for me, guys. I'll see you within the next video.